Good morning, and welcome to Winter in Southold. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist of Southold, formerly the First Universalist Church of Southold. Whoever you are, wherever you come from, whomever you love, we welcome you. Today we are gathering on the traditional lands of the Abenhansuk Nation. My name is Virginia Cava, and I'm a member of this congregation. We are so glad to see you, whether you are visiting for the first time or come often. If you are not on our mailing or email list, please sign our guest book on the welcome desk as you enter from the parking lot. You will then receive the Free Spirit newsletter each month and hear about upcoming events. Copies of the newsletter are on the action table to the left as you enter behind me. Please like us on our Facebook page, Unitarian Universalists of Southold UU. We stream our services there, and you can find past services archived. The action table also has other information that you may find interesting, including a huge amount of flyers. Also for your use, masks and hand sanitizers. We offer many ways to serve this community, from providing hospitality, flowers, and ushering on Sunday mornings to joining our social action and other committees. Please stay after the service for coffee, refreshments, and lively conversation. On the back of your order of service are announcements. On June 16th, we have yoga and meditation. I think that's on a weekly basis. Is that Tuesdays?
Monday at 4.
Monday at 4. On the 21st, we have a Soulful Sundown with a free light meal, and Sam Shaffrey and friends will be performing. June 23rd, we have weeding fun. Please bring a shovel and gloves. And the 27th is the North Fork Action Center at 4. Afterwards, we have the reception for our first annual Art in the Summer show and sale, so please come to that. That will be super fun between 6 and 8. and then the sale will be going on through July 4th. I'm sorry, 7th. 6th. I should know that. Then our Juneteenth celebration is on June 28th, and June 29th, the Sunday service is YMDEI Hard. Any other announcements?
I want everybody to join in my joy as well as sorrow over the amazing service that the Alexander family gave for themselves and for us yesterday. The Soulful Sundown is a very special one because it's on the summer solstice. So we are starting a little bit later since sundown will be later. And Sam Shaffrey, if anybody does not know, is a graduate of our RE program here in the old church, as well as finishing up at Holy Trinity. And he has just gotten his law degree. He wants to do good law. And I think everybody who's heard him play with his group of friends know that he's a wonderful musician. So I'm inviting you all to come, and we do need people to sign up for the potluck free light supper. And there's a sign-up sheet on the back. Also, on the Pride celebration, which is happening on Sunday, we will not be having a service here, but we will be marching in the parade, and we will be having a booth following the parade. We will have activities for children and families. That should be a lot of fun, because our goal is to enlarge our congregation and bring back youth as well as families. For the Alexanders, for the Soulful Sundown, for Sam Shaffrey, and for our Pride activity next week.
Excuse me, we're not doing the stones
Say
yet.
what?
It's not stones.
Sorry. You're right. Just following along. Great news. The Liz Holtzman, you remember her from the Judiciary Committee of the Nixon impeachment, and she was appointed to a lot of other things. You look up her Wikipedia; it's just amazing. July 8th at 7 o'clock. She's going to be here for the North Fork Action Center and hopefully bring a lot of people in for it as well. But I've got to make a flyer. Thanks.
Anyone else? Okay, now it's time to greet your neighbor. Please join me as I light the chalice, the symbol of our faith.
Morning. And our first reading is from Leviticus, which I just found out is in the Torah. That is the middle of the Torah, the exact heart of the Torah. And I think this next reading is important because it's right there in the heart. And if a man from another country is living in your land with you, do not make life hard for him. Let him be to you as one of your countrymen, and have love for him as for yourself. And if you could join us in our first hymn, which is Morning is Broken. Stand as you're willing and able.
Number 38.
38, sorry. Join me in the words of affirmation. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. the offering for the work and witness of our community.
Now is the time where we share our joys and concerns, right now. I want to drop a stone first for the millions of people that showed up yesterday, sometimes with miserable weather accompanying them, to share their voice with the rest of us.
I would like to add a stone in for just that reason, but also to say I wish all those people would get 2 more people to get out and vote. The second is a stone of information. My mother is back in her apartment. She's doing much better. Oh, you're right, she won't be back in her apartment until Tuesday. So, but she appreciates any of the calls and cards that folks have sent, and thank you very much.
This is a happy Father's Day. He's not my father, but happy Father's Day to Mark and all the other fathers, and happy Grandfather's Day to everyone.
I was one of those people that was out in the rain for a couple hours yesterday, and I was kind of proud of myself when I got back in my car afterwards for about a minute. And then I thought about the millions of people since the founding of this country who have given much greater to the cause of democracy. I felt very grateful and very humble.
Anyone else? Let us remember that there are always joys and sorrows that go unspoken for many reasons, not other in our hearts.
These prayers by James Baldwin from Giovanni's Room. If you've never read it, it's an amazing book. And this is an amazing passage. The question is banal, but one of the real troubles with living is that living is so banal. Everyone, after all, goes through the same dark road. The road has a trick of being most dark, most treacherous when it seems most bright. And it's true that nobody stays in the Garden of Eden. Perhaps everyone has a Garden of Eden. I don't know, but they have scarcely seen their garden before they see the flaming sword. Then perhaps life only offers the choice of remembering the garden or forgetting it, either or. It takes strength to remember. It takes another kind of strength to forget. It takes a hero to do both. People who remember court madness through pain, the pain of the perpetually recurring death of their innocence. People who forget court another kind of madness, the madness of denial of pain and the hatred of innocence. And the world is mostly divided between madmen who remember and madmen who forget. Heroes are rare.
Please join me in the responsive reading number 518. Grandfather, look at our brokenness. We know that all in creation, only the human family has strayed from the sacred way. We know that we are the ones who are divided, and we are the ones who must come back together to walk in the sacred way. Grandfather, Sacred One, teach us love, compassion, and honor, that we may heal the earth and heal each other.
I just need to bring the table up, the chair up, so I don't have to stand the whole time.
So, I want to start just by saying Happy Father's Day. I was so wrapped up in obsessing over what I was going to write and not writing it, of course, until the last minute, that I completely forgot that it was Father's Day. So I hope all your fathers and all you fathers out there have a good day. And as usual, when I was scheduled to lead today's service, I began to consider what I wanted to write and thought that this time I would actually get it written early. I did write a paragraph early, but events kept changing so much, I didn't even use it. I'll use it for something else. So I thought I would get it done early as opposed to making another one of my last minute efforts. But the changes wrought in the last few months couldn't have been more disturbing than if they had been scripted by Rod Sterling, not the least of which has been the normalization of extreme xenophobia, flagrant dishonesty in the service of unprecedented corruption, and the erosion of respect and public civility. I felt compelled to speak out, but as a firm believer in the separation of church and state, I knew I had to address how we are being affected by the political in a way that respected that line of separation. It seems to me that a great many of us do not understand the causes and motivations for the things we do together and alone. Most seem invested in living a self-set created reality, some to the point of ignoring facts that may disprove their assumptions. Politicians and public figures rail against imagined foes and look for solutions to problems that don't exist, ready to hate anyone they blame. All the better to line their pockets. As LBJ said, if you give a man someone to look down on, he won't notice that you're picking his pockets. After all, if we accept lies about certain classes of people, then our anger can be deflected from the oligarchs who are enriched by these systems of poverty and onto the oppressed minority. So many things have gone wrong for so many years that the slippery slope feels more like we're in a free fall, as all the threads of the systematic racial and economic oppression have become woven into a tapestry of want and cruel despair. While the justification of unjust policies are fabrications of Orwellian proportions, while public professions of faith are made by people who exhibit no empathy for the people that their policies harm. So even as we do what we can to oppose this eroding of the commonweal in the public sphere, our most important efforts occur in private, where we come to terms with the experiences of the three faces within us. First, the person who everyone sees, and then the face that we show to our family, and last, the one that only we see. Often this is not easy or happy work, so many avoid this deep reckoning and fail to cultivate the necessary spirit to be able to withstand the inexorable losses of mortal existence. We live in a terrifying world. Powerful men grow rich, facilitating the murder of children abroad, and at home, a healthy return on investments takes precedence over the health of a child. In such times, it can be hard to believe in the existence of light, given the depravity that is allowed to roam free over so much of the world. And yet, the light of goodness shines in the hearts of men and women all over the world, in spite of the dark forces that would snuff it out. And as far as I can see, this goodness is the miraculous mystery which allows us to bear the unbearable. Whenever I assess a situation, I first ask myself, how could anything be other than what it is given what has gone before? And then I remind myself that no one created the causes which created them. Therefore, the way things were was everyone's problem, but nobody's fault. And this can be a useful understanding to come to instead of the typical response to something wrong of assigning blame and meting out punishment. Unfortunately, this impulse to strike out and tear down the problems of yesterday is not a very successful way to build a better future. As an agnostic, one of my few certainties I know is that I absolutely do not wish to suffer, and I will be happy to do what I can to mitigate any inescapable pain. To that end, I've been fortunate to be a Zen student for most of my life. The great thing about Zen practice is that you don't need to wait to become enlightened to ease your suffering. Even a reactive idiot like me will feel better if he doesn't always behave like one. In 1994, a Japanese researcher ran a water experiment where he gave two groups bottles of water. He had the first group say nasty, abusive things to the bottles, while the second group only had kind and loving things to say. Afterward, he froze the water and examined the ice formations under a microscope. The ice of the abused water had strange malformed structures, while the second group had beautiful crystalline shapes. We human beings are about 60% water. Taking the time to see self-negative thoughts and calm your body will affect you on a microscopic level. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should practice Zen, although really, whatever you believe, it really wouldn't hurt. But I am saying everyone needs to practice something to keep their instrument in harmony, whether it's mindfulness and meditation, keeping the 613 mitzvot, or saying mantras, or practicing asanas, or some other way. We all need a way to live life as a prayer. Our country, or any other, does not need everyone to repeat the same commandments as we all genuflect to a shared icon. What we all need is the private time to cultivate a heart of forgiveness and compassion. When we were young, the road ahead seemed long, but it isn't very long before we realize that we're no more than a mayfly imagining eternity. limited minds that are capable of experiencing infinite goodness. But until the many fellow citizens who need someone to hate and blame come to see that all expressions of hatred for others are expressions of self-hatred, they will also fail to see that in any oppressive state, the oppression of the minority exists to ensure the suppression of the majority. Think about it and ask yourself, why don't we in the United States have universal health care as other industrial nations do? Well, when Theodore Roosevelt was president, he proposed health care. But segregationists didn't want African Americans to benefit. So it was dropped. And the same with FDR and Truman. So it was not pursued. And the denial of care for people of color ensured the denial for the poor white majority, just as enslaved labor enriched the wealthy landowners and ensured the impoverishment of landless whites. At 71, I've adopted a stoic resolve in the face of eventualities I cannot affect, such as imminent death. This would be easier if I wasn't afraid that civilization was galloping towards an event horizon from which humanity may never return. My only hope is that somehow, in a far distant future, students of history who study our century will be incredulous that there was a time of such rampant cruelty, because they will live in a time when all children born are the sons and daughters of light and given everything they need to thrive. Amen. This I can stand for. These are the words, as soon as I bring them up, of Martin, I hope I'm saying it right, Niemöller. First, they came for the immigrants, and I did not speak out because I was not an immigrant. Then they came for the students, and I did not speak out because I was not a student. Then they came for the judges, and I did not speak out because I was not a judge. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. all rise as you're willing, in body or spirit, for our closing hymn, number 159, This Is My Song. Closing words today are from the Talmud. Do not be daunted by the enormity of the world's grief. Do justly now. Love mercy now. Walk humbly now. You are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it.
To extinguish the flame.
Can you do that since you're there?
Please join me in our words for extinguishing our chalice. We
to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. Sometimes